All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Ty, and of course, like always, I got Kyle here with me, and we are the Weekend Warriors Disc Golf Podcast. Welcome again on this beautiful Wednesday evening. Just want to let you guys know, like, this is the Champions Cup week. We're very excited. I don't even know what year it is because last weekend was insane. We had some vets popping off. Like, man, it's just so good to finally see Ricky Wasaki and Paul McBeth finally up on the top. Doesn't have to even be first or second. Just simply having them in the top five is truly amazing to see. It was just excited to pop that off, and obviously, congratulations with Simon Lazat winning his second guitar, and Chris Tatar winning her second guitar, which she's been getting the nickname Kristen Guitar, which has been funny to see those memes. I absolutely love it. But before we do anything, of course, we have an ad read. Gravity Disc Golf exists to exceed your out of this world expectation with unparalleled custom design, disc, and apparel. Gravity is creating an atmosphere where disc golfers can enjoy every aspect of disc golf while blasting off with space themed designs. No matter what you throw, Gravity has designs on almost every manufacturer and can make your game look great. They offer free shipping on orders over $75, and John includes a nice note to each customer. Make sure to check them out at gravitydiscgolf.com to complete your bag. And let me tell you, it is out of this world. Definitely use KG10 or Thai DG10 to get 10% off your next order. Once again, go online, check them out. Got some designs, super cool. I'm putting with Bergs with the custom gravity disc golf design on it. And let me tell you, it just looks so cool. I look legit, like popping them in. Definitely, you guys haven't tried putting with Bergs, definitely do, because it's been helping me out because I've always had issues. I think it's because I've been using more of the overstable ones. Obviously, Luna's a little bit more overstable. Those straight putts, man, like it's definitely helped me out where I'm doing it, but also I've been doing a little bit differently with my putting. I think I've realized what I've been doing wrong is I've been really stiff. When I go onto a streak on creating a good like pattern, like muscle memory for my putting, I'm realizing when I release the disc, if I let my back foot, so my left back foot, if I just kind of like pop it off the ground just to kind of get a nice little pop and just hold it obviously until it lands and then move and reset or whatever. Um, I'm realizing doing that is giving me a little bit more edge, but also a little more pop where it allows the disc to actually fly. Where I'm losing that wobble because like when you're about like 30 or 35 feet, I would always have like that weird wobble. Now it's just piercing straight through, which it's been really cool.
So within Circle, I've been practicing putting as well. You started it, so I started it. Although I honestly haven't really done it the last 2 days, just because I've been busy with things. But I watched Pat Stokely's video on putting, the little trick that he does, and I started doing it, and I find it working really well. I'm also taking my time a lot more too. But
Yeah.
his whole thing was when you release the disc, keep your hand out
Yep.
till it hits the basket,
Yep.
hits the ground, hits the tree, hits anything,
Yep.
because you'll see wherever you release that, you could be like, oh, okay, I released too low, or
Yep.
oh, I released to the right, left, or whatever else. And so I've been starting to do that. And while I do that, I also notice that reaching towards the basket, you push off and lean forward towards it. I feel like me actually going to the basket has helped too. Because before I would just kind of reach up and then just kind of stop.
Yeah.
Like my body just kind of stopped because I was so worried about like falling forward or anything else.
Yeah. 100%.
But now that I've noticed, like, wait a minute, if I just reach toward, like, go to grab out towards the basket and let my body just naturally do its thing,
Yeah.
it feels a lot better, a lot smoother. And I've noticed in the past 2 times I played, the last time I played, my putting's been better than what it's been the past month. So
Oh,
It's helped
100%.
out a lot.
Yeah, and I do that too now where I like hold it and literally I'm if if it goes way past to the right, I'm realizing like my hand is like all the way out here and it's
You
not
could
back
see
in my
it.
spot. I can see my hand freaking out in East Jesus land. And I'm just like,
So,
why is it over here?
mhm.
So no, I
So
totally,
if anybody's wondering what you keep doing, Scott Stokely said it's best, and it's worked for me. Is keep your hand out
yep,
until it
I agree
hits
with that.
anything. And it really does help you figure out, oh, my motion's always over here. I got
Yeah.
to correct that.
So yeah, but pretty insane with putting. I'm excited. For me, obviously, like we keep saying this all the time, as always. We normally record these on Tuesdays, so technically for me, I am 48 hours away until I get my booty on a plane and fly out to Walnut Open. Very excited for that. I am just stoked and ecstatic. There's gonna be a ton of content coming out of it. We're gonna be making, or I'll be at least making vlogs of traveling, but also practice rounds and everything. I'm bringing the weather with me, man.
But we're bringing the weather with you. It's gonna rain, but we'll still we'll still do it, and we're gonna
Yep.
have to because we're gonna have to
Yeah.
play Sunday in the rain anyway. So might as well
Yep.
get a round in wet and
Mhm.
figure out our best way of doing things. So
Yeah, and I'm excited because I want to show kind of realistically what it looks like traveling with a disc golf bag. I don't think really anybody has really done it. I've seen a couple like people talk about it. But obviously the first thing I've noticed is which I don't absolutely want to do at all is I've seen people check their disc golf bags in an actual like checked bag, like a suitcase, and I do not like
mhm.
that at all. I cannot like what are the odds of them losing it? And that is that that sucker needs to be with me. And honestly, it's a backpack, therefore technically it should be able to sit right in front of you in the plane because technically it could look like a personal bag. So I don't. I'm definitely not checking that guy in. So if anybody thinks don't check your bag, I'm not doing it, guys. Don't worry. I want to show you guys how it looks. I'm actually going to have my chalk with me and everything. I just want to see like what happens.
that's that's what I was gonna ask you about.
I,
Actually, is your
I'm
chalk because
I'm going to bring it. Now, the reason why is because they allow people to bring protein powder with them, like on the plane.
okay.
They do normally check because obviously it comes in the
Oh,
powder
right.
consistency,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. I think it'd be a little bit different if I was more on the border. Obviously, I'm in more of the Gulf area. So going from Destin to St. Louis, I don't think I'm gonna have much of an issue. Um, but because they did obviously guys, I'm a frequent flyer, so I had TSA pre-check. I don't have it anymore. But because I didn't renew mine. But pretty much what it was is uh the Destin, Florida has the new machines where you don't have to remove anything. So a lot of airports are going to the machine now where they don't you don't have to like remove your laptops or like the big electronics anymore, stuff like that. Obviously you still have to take off your shoes and metals and stuff like that in your pockets and all that, but they're having these machines now where technically you don't have to remove anything. But because you don't have to remove everything, the machines are now very sensitive, where if anything looks remotely sus, they're going to pull you immediately and then they're going to have to check
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. So what I'm planning on doing is, I mean, obviously I'm going to do a video on it, but I'm going to take my chalk bag and I'm just going to put it in a Ziploc bag. So that's how they could just, when they open it, they could just test it. It's not going to be powdered everywhere. It's not going to fly all over the place. It's going to be secured. So that's how when they want to open it and just check and review it, because I already know it's probably gonna get pulled for it. Also, having circular objects and things, it's probably not gonna look, or it's probably gonna look awful. So I'm also making sure that I remove everything because I think I have like different items that are in there too, like just sharp items and stuff. Like I'm gonna make sure everything's all out, so that's how there won't be no weirdness to it. But yeah, I'm excited to go through that process and show people like how to actually do it. And then also I'm kind of curious to see like as traveling, are people going to ask? Because obviously it's a hand-eye bag. So like any disc golfer is going to immediately see it and be like, "Oh, do you play disc golf?" So I want to be because like I said, I travel a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
there's only been like two times I've seen somebody with like a disc golf apparel, or somebody has seen like my when I used to wear my Bogey Bro hoodie all the time. Somebody would be like, "Oh, dude, you play disc golf?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we start talking. So like I've had a couple of those interactions, but I've never seen like a disc golfer or somebody carrying a disc golf bag. So I'm curious on when I'm walking if somebody's going to ask like anything about that.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting, especially because Championships Cup's going on here in Illinois. So you're going to be flying into a busy time here for disc golf.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God. Well,
But a lot of them will probably be flying into Peoria because it's down there.
that
But
yes, because I'm flying
still,
into I'm flying into Midway. Also, I'm getting in very late on
hmm
Thursday, which technically is round one. So round one will be ending. So
yeah. But just
sadly,
if anybody will be coming in general, though, is when like you know what I mean. Like, oh, Champions Cup, let's
but
go travel to see.
mhm,
You know,
but I do leave early Monday. But once again, it's Midway. But there's a chance that I might see somebody if they take Midway. So that is one thing. That's probably also why Peoria and Moline flights were so expensive. Peoria flights
yeah,
for one singular person was around $500 to $600 round trip,
yeah,
and I got Midway was like 200 a piece per person.
yeah. That's not bad.
Which technically you guys live pretty close, but I mean, like, what is it, like an hour and a half drive from Midway?
Mm,
Almost 2 hours.
yeah, hour. Yeah, yeah, about hour 45. I would
Yeah,
say
yeah. So
about
that's what I'm
two
saying.
hours.
So like that's not too bad because I mean, like,
Yeah.
we're getting a rental car, and the limit miles to drive is 800. So like we're not going to even touch that.
hmm
So it's like you could easily do it. So, anyways, but yeah, very excited for that. We could go more into that later. We do want to kind of address kind of like what happened last weekend. I mean, obviously, we have no room for really much to talk about, so we're gonna keep it super brief or whatever. But
All right, right, right.
it is kind of concerning of like what really happened. So round two, obviously, it was weird because I was upstairs. I was working on a project and I was going to come down and check on Sarah. Obviously, she had disc golf playing, and I went in and I'm like, oh, like, what's the score? And she's like, oh, I'm not checking, whatever. So I look up and immediately I see the round has been suspended for further notice. And then I'm like, what happened? And she's like, oh, it must be a rain delay. I go, no, it's just suspended, meaning like something went wrong. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, suspension means like something happened. And so like we're
Mhm.
obviously we're trying to figure it out. And then finally, I didn't realize that there's freaking idiot. There was a QR code literally right in my face, and it's just like scan here for updated versions. And so I scanned it, and then finally it was like they had a threat, and the local, Metro Police, et
Mhm.
cetera, things are going wrong, and like they had to shut it down for a little bit. They don't know when's going to come back. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna keep this pretty brief, but pretty much, long story short, of course, Natalie Ryan got threatened, and not only herself but also supposedly there's accusations that not only it was a targeted for her, but it was for just in general of anybody that was there. And they want to pew pew the place, and like I don't want to say the
Mhm.
words or anything like that because I don't want to get flagged or monitor, but they just wanted to um deeply hurt a lot of people. And which, first off, out of the line, that's just incredibly wrong. And
Mhm.
it's disgusting and disturbing that literally we first, we're not even that large to deal with this situation. And like for somebody to really ruin moments like that, and like I even like Hunter from Foundation was technically there. Like I know he was
Mm-hmm.
there because he actually went up and did that. But not only that, but like they kept showing the third round, the little girl that was excited to watch like Kristen Tatar, and she has her disc ready and wanting to do whatever. Like you have family members and young
Mm-hmm.
kids, and just it's a family thing where it's like you really want to disrupt something that there's absolutely nothing wrong currently happening, and yeah, it's just disturbing. So it's upsetting that it went that way. Luckily people were okay with it. Big Jerem actually finally said his side of things on it, which obviously go through his German calling, go through his Instagram. If you want to watch his video, it was a very well done video. He explained of like what's going on his side of like his point of view, obviously, which he said like they, which was kind of concerning still, is they they weren't making it much of a big deal, and then also they didn't know if it was actually real or if it was actually happening, which I believe
Right,
that.
right.
i
Mm-hmm.
believe I believe that it was probably not underplayed, but it definitely was just like a, hey, we got this, we're just kind of doing procedures, making sure everything's all good. Obviously, like you don't want to like freak everybody out and like panic, but definitely when those situations you want to try to, you know, make it somewhat
Right.
serious.
Mm-hmm.
So
It makes me wonder though, because like this, I mean, who knows if this threats might happen again and everything else. So there's going to be a lot of things in place now, like at these events, which is crazy.
mm,
But it's gonna like I know Hunter was talking about. It felt more like a real event now because they were bag checking people. Like even the next day, every day since the event, that threat come in through the. He said there was like an actual area where like workers would go through. You would go in, they would check your bags, check your stuff, and then you pass in. When you were entering in to the event, just as people,
yeah.
they would check your bags and everything else. I think it's stupid that people bring their full disc golf bags to these events, anyways. You're not gonna play. Like, why do you need your bag? There's no reason. We know you all are here to watch disc golf because you play disc golf. Why do you need your disc golf bag to carry around? Makes no sense. Just have, or if you buy disc, carry them or get a clear bag, which there might be new bag rules. You know what I mean? After this,
Yeah.
there might be updated security about, okay, we're not allowing bags in, or if you do bring bags, it's got to be clear. If you buy disc, we will provide you a bag. The vendor will give you a bag with your disc in it, because honestly, and it will end up feeling more event like though. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But overall, though, like you said, though, there's just there, the security will be up. I think PDGA did a good job of quickly getting
Yeah.
things so um
I didn't know
way
they actually
off
went to that
and in.
procedures, which is nice to
Yep,
know.
yep. They upped their security and everything else for the rest of the
Perfect.
event. Something that we will need to monitor more because it may not be the only time that it happens because people have strong beliefs one way or the other.
Yeah.
But no matter what you believe in, you can disagree, you can agree, whichever side you are on. Condone violence or active violence or anything else. That though, it's just doesn't ever need to go that far.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like we want to clearly make sure on that part of it. It's just like it does not need to go that far either opinion association on that. And it's just it's upsetting that it goes so far that you want to hurt people for what you believe in. And
I mean,
that's
even good.
oh no, you're
Sorry.
good. Yeah, you're good.
I just before I forget, even and because Nico obviously was selling disc to help out, or because he has his own beliefs, he's
Yeah.
paying for the person that just misses cash to give them their payout because of his own beliefs. And even he even made a post today. I don't know if you saw it about
I
the
did not.
fact that we are still all community. We are still to love everybody, no matter what we feel. It's just to take it to that step. It's uncalled for. We don't condone in the disc golf community. We don't condone that type of thing. We're not a big, we're not even big of that big
That's
of
big
a
for him to do
group.
that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, it's huge for him to
It's
do that.
huge.
hmm But but it's true though. Like, even though he can have his beliefs, he still knows there is a limit to what you should be doing.
Yeah.
You can discuss, you can just, have your discussions, you can
You
have
could. Oh
your
yeah.
lookups and what you're like what you see and everything else and your
Yeah.
reasonings without having to go as you said, I'm gonna do this in a
Yeah.
bad way.
Yeah. And that's just hard. And like sorry guys that this is like a very like it's going to be a hot topic for a minute, but also it's a very deep conversation, and we are obviously wanting to stay out of political talk of any sort of reasoning or even like topics like this. But it is something very serious that we wanted to bring up because obviously we are in the disc golf community, and like it's difficult because we've also this is not the first time, not in because of this reasoning, but this is not the first time that there has been a quote unquote threat on a certain tournament. I don't forgot where it was, but there was a local tournament that there was actually a I don't want to use words, but there was somebody hurting people, and they had to close down, and some people actually got injured. And
Mm.
I don't remember where it was, but yeah, it definitely was it was just very difficult for that time. And it's hard because it's like, we are in a public domain obviously, and it's incredibly hard, especially like tournaments that we're doing like this weekend on Sunday. Like, yes, we are in a small town in middle of Illinois, so the odds of anything happening currently is like slim to none. But at the same time though, like, it's there's 84 of us signed up. That's not including TDs. That's not including any like volunteer help or people. Also, there's an other event that's happening on site, with I don't know how many people at the huge pavilion. So it's just like there's tons of people, there's going to be around probably 150 to 200 people on site just chilling, hanging out. And so it's just like it's not fun to have to feel like what's going to happen, like are we okay, are we safe? Like you just want to go into an event and just feel like you can enjoy it without having to look over your shoulder every 5 minutes, you know? So, but I mean, that's pretty much what I have on that. I mean, if you want to close out at all, but just don't be stupid,
Yeah, no,
like stupid
yep,
people.
exactly.
Just
hmm
don't ruin it for people. Like, it's just upsetting that we have to have this conversation to begin with.
Yeah.
So, but real fast, guys, we're going to go to Rodney's corner and we will be all right back. What is going on, guys? We are here in the Rodney's corner in a different location because currently, right now, we have family with us. So she is now located somewhere else. Yeah, hit it with us.
Okay, so for the Music City Open from Lone Star in Nashville, Tennessee, I have I got 4 points, just FPO, zero for MPO. Tyler got 3 points FPO, zero for MPO. Kyle won this one. He got 4 points FPO, 1 point MPO. So the points currently is myself 29, Tyler 20, and Kyle 26. So he's slowly creeping up on us. And Tyler's slowly falling behind.
Yeah,
Um,
because I'm not no punk, and I actually pick some people that
oh,
you
whatever.
know.
Um, yeah, I just gotta say it. It was kind of cool to see some older champs like pop off. like seeing
What year?
Beth up there, seeing Simon take it again. It was just exciting to see the like like they're not the quote unquote OGs, but like the vets,
They're the veterans.
the veterans.
I would say that's
Tim Colin was up there. I mean, just
he's
so
doing
many.
good, man. He's on a roll right now.
Yeah,
Simon rolling because that's what Simon does. Because like they say, once Simon gets rolling, and if he's going into the final round in a lead, he's taking it down. Like he's just it's what he does, and he's won 7 events since last May, I think it is. He's has the most out of any disc golfer since last May.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just he bounces from being down here to the winning, down here to
like
winning.
he said, the first like 3 games, he's like, I forgot how to throw a disc. I have no idea what's happening. And then he just started doing great.
McBeth is feeling healthy. It's awesome seeing out here, but
It's looking clean.
power sidearms. Power sidearms.
You were
sidearms
not
back.
wrong about
Ricky has been
Calvin.
Ricky keeps creeping up faster and faster. Dickerson looked really good. Jeremy Cooling, another forehand dominant player, really good with this. Like I said, that course runs for forehand. So if you have a really good forehand,
And that proved it because, like I said, I had Calvin regards because I didn't know about his forearm, that he can't throw it right now, and he did not good during that entire time because, like you said, that course, you need it, you need that, and I had 0 points for MPO, so there's a reason.
And even though AB didn't finish in the top 3, he yet again finished in the top 10, which he has yet to not be in the top 10 this season.
That's insane.
Yep. And then
Did
my
Bird...
little creeped up, but then he fell behind.
That's right. I saw him move.
Where he
Yeah.
Creeped up some, and then he ended up falling behind.
Yes. And then NPO, not NPO, FPO. It's so cool that Tatar won it back to back, just like how Simon did. And I love how they asked her, like, are you gonna learn? And she's like, I can't promise anything. She has 2 guitars now that are just because Simon openly is like, I play, like I want to win this every time. And then Tatar, they asked her because obviously they know Simon plays it, and she's like, I don't even know how to hold this. Like, I don't. Thank you. Like,
you want Simon to win an event? Just get him a cool trophy, like a guitar and something. He'll be there
every time. And
then the FPO side, though, like I said in I did a little breakdown for the in between the rounds. It came down to Hanley and Qatar, but unfortunately, Hanley just didn't have it in her to finish off.
They showed. Oh, hello. They showed that this is like her 3rd or 4th time that she's been up there and just slowly just can't finish. So I was really hoping with how they came in as a tie. I was like, how cool would it be for an FPO playoff? I'd have never seen it like that I can recall an FPO playoff. So I was really hoping for that.
Recently,
Recently. And so I was like, how exciting would that be? Because lately it's been like Tatar's like a blowout win. So it's like, okay. And so it being close, I was like, oh, this is exciting to watch. And then it slowly, like you could tell Tatar was like honed in, or I'm like, oh, there's no catching her.
Yeah, unfortunately, again in this course, though, it was Tatar, Hanley, and then 3rd.
Yeah. There was just a lot of rough there was no catching, like you said, no matter. It was just those 2 were it, and then you're fighting for 3rd at that point.
And it's nice to actually see Tatar actually have that like determined in her of like she could, because they always talked about how if she doesn't have a distance or if she doesn't have like the stroke lead, can she actually hold the lead and like all that, and there was a moment where she messed up And she, we actually saw emotion out of her. She got mad. And like they were like, whoa, we've never seen this before. And then she just zoned in, locked in, and she wanted to win and she won it. And so it shows that she could actually bounce back. And I'm glad she finally did that, because now people could say oh, it's kind of like the MJ mentality of where it's like they said I couldn't do it. Well, guess what? Watch me. I'm gonna make it happen.
It's
So
very rare for Tatar to go into the finals tied with somebody for first place. So it was cool to see her handle it and finish it, because she started doing a separation of like, I think she won by a couple strokes. But yeah, it was nice to see that.
yeah, it was cool. Overall, I'm just glad we actually saw a competition. I mean,
Yes.
obviously, Hanley couldn't keep up, and eventually it depleted it, and it is what it is. But it was just great seeing NPO as well. Like for a second there, I forgot what year it was. Seeing literally, like Paul McBeth and Rick Wasaki up there, like it was truly crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome seeing all of them out there, grinding it out and finishing strong.
And it's exciting to see, like we said last week, it's exciting to see different names up towards the top. So I was not truly expecting to see McBeast up, and we've been busy, so I didn't get to sit and watch this one. And so when I checked the score, we were out to eat or something, and I paused for a second. I was like, he's in second place right now? Like, what is going on? Like, but you said it last week. You're like, a lot of people, like, they love this course and they prove
Coming
it.
back
And
from a
it's
torn labrum though, like he couldn't even lift his, past his shoulder at one point. So the ego said he made the decision because hopefully he doesn't reach for something in the back of his car again. But he'll be here at Champions Cup, which would be fantastic. But
he was so
he decided,
annoyed.
which is fine. Oh, he was, but it's fine. Originally, his plan was to go to Champions Cup, and that's for his first event. This was kind of a bonus. Unfortunately, but good thing. Unfortunately, it was something else. Good thing is it has nothing to do with the shoulder.
Exactly. And that's why he's like, I just don't even want to tweak. Like you said, his main focus was to come back always at this coming up weekend. And so he was like, I'm not even gonna risk. But he was like, everyone instantly was like, oh, is it your shoulder? Is it, he's like, nope, it's I reached for something and I felt it didn't feel right. So we have the 2024 Champions Cup coming up this weekend in Illinois. And it has one of the hardest holes, number 12 or whatever Tyler was telling me.
Yes.
And
so it is ranked the hardest hole. One of the hardest holes. It is a par 5 at 1,050 feet. And out of 800, I don't know the full number, but out of 800 and something players, only like 12 people have birdie it.
oh my goodness. Well, I doubt I will get any points because I picked blindly. I was like, we're gonna hope for the best. I have no idea. Before we jumped on, Tyler was taking forever because he needs to get these points because he's behind. And I'm like, I just hope for the best,
Just wait for my list.
So I will start with the FPO. I have Tatar for first. I have Missy Gannon for second, and I have Holland Hanley for third. I just feel Tatar is on fire. Even no matter the distance, she's proven that her long putts are on point. Gannon, I just feel like she just needs to pop off again. She's been a little bit in the middle, like towards the bottom of the top 3, top 5. And something's telling me I usually pick Own, but I'm gonna go for Gannon. And then Holland Hanley, she's been consistent. She got second last time. I feel like she'll finish in the top 3 or at least top 5, hopefully top 3. Tyler, you go ahead.
Okay, keeping it super easy and short here. Obviously, coming off of Music City Open, I mean, Tatara's going to take it. She is determined. She is on fire right now. So she's going to be taking the Champion Cup down. Um, Owen Scoggin, she took a bye week. I'm assuming for preparation or just at least getting into Illinois. Don't fully know. Hopefully it's not because of injury. I'm hoping she just went to Peoria to make sure that she's locked in, and I know how she is. She's very determined, and she loves to practice, get her practice round in. So definitely, I have her for second place, and then for third, Hanley's kind of on fire right now. I would have picked Missy Gannon, but I just feel like right now Hanley kind of has an edge. She is hungry and she is driven for it. I just don't think she's gonna take Owen, because when Owen pops off with her putting, when she's on, and you cannot beat Owen. Which, honestly, an honorable mention, Owen could easily take this weekend. On like to be honest, so, but yeah, other than that, I got Tatar at first, Owen for second, and Hanley at third.
Yep. Yours and I, first and second are the same. Tatar and Own, are obviously you can't go against her right now. Own, because of knowing Northwoods and being up here and seeing it, it's tight course. You don't need distance. You need to make your shots, and that's what
Straight technical.
very technical. One of the hardest courses, or the hardest courses they play on. And that's own specialty. And that's why I have Missy Gannon in third, because just Missy took last week off to prepare for, this event, and she can play very technical golf too. And when she plays very technical golf, she's on fire, and she's big money Missy. So I should be technically picking her to probably win, because I'm not sure what the payout is, but knowing it's a major, or like a big 4-day event,
They show up.
he might pop up because it's big money Missy. But I do have her at least in third, just in case.
You know what is not fair for this? Kyle has, if I get 2 points, Kyle gets 2 points. If Tyler gets 2 points, Kyle gets 2 points. I just realized. All right. Anyways, this isn't good because we're only 4 points difference right now. So that's
You.
You are okay.
We've all agreed that if we could pick, everyone gets to decide to pick the same people. If we want to change it up,
I'm not disagreeing. I just realized
that's going to be very difficult.
His people is you and I have two differents, and he has those two different ones in his list. Anyways, I just noticed that. MPO, I have Burr in first, Calvin in second, and Eagle in third. I just picked Burr. Like I said, I do not know this course. Kyle has been to this course. I do not know it, but I was like, Burr's from Iowa. He's close enough. He's probably played this course a few times outside of pro. Again, I don't know if you need to have a forearm for this, really, because you said it's a technical
course. It's just technical. It's just technical.
Calvin's so
super small gaps.
Yeah, Calvin's so good at being like the robot Calvin and being technical with his shots. So I'm glad I did pick him. And I'm retrying again for Eagle, hoping he pops off, is healthy, is driven in. Kyle's smirking. I don't care. I'm gonna put him up there. So again, I have Burr, and then Calvin, and then Eagle. And then go ahead, Tyler.
Real fast before people are like, wait, we're confused why what Rodney just said there. So one of our rules is which we didn't really talk about it, because obviously we don't really, it never doesn't really normally happen, but the rule is if there's somebody DNFs before the first round even starts. Now, if the round starts and they DNF, then you're just stuck with them, and you lose the points. If they don't, obviously they're not going to make it. But if they DNF before the first round, I'm saying like before even the FPO even starts, and even if it's an NPO, before the first round starts, you're able to actually swap the person out if they do DNF. So with that being said, I think both Sarah and I had Eagle on our top three, and what we did was we found out that he missed out, or he DNF'd, and then all of a sudden I or we picked somebody else. So that's pretty much what
Yeah.
happened.
And it's
yeah.
difficult, and not in a bad way, because I like that we're doing this for the podcast, but last year we would do the night before, so we knew if anybody was going to DNF or anything. We're doing it a few days in advance, so we just pay attention, and then if something happens, we have a group chat and we'll just correct, and I'll write it on our end of like, this person DNF'd, here's their replacement. But yes, go ahead, Tyler, with your picks.
Okay. With that being said, I think it's going to happen. I think I'm not saying McBeth is fully back, but McBeth is definitely looking good. He's looking clean. I think he's getting hungry. I think he's tired of hearing people say that he's washed. So I'm saying this is also Champions Cup, Northwood Black. Bam. McBeast #1. I'm saying right now, Paul McBeth, he is going to win this Champions Cup, and I'm excited to see it. #2, Eagle. Hopefully my boy doesn't pull his foot this time. I mean, like, I don't know. Right now, the dude is kind of a walking, like, massive problem right now. I don't understand. Like, he breathes wrong, and he's gonna bruise his wrist or something. I don't know. So hopefully he doesn't do anything wrong. So Eagle, I'm excited for you to be hopefully back on the field, but you're gonna make second place, and then I guess we could call him his mini him. I don't know. Something's telling me, even though I've been wrong multiple times, something's telling me that my boy KK Kyle Klein, he's gonna be popping on. I think what's going on is I'm manifesting that all of Kyle's juju is going to go into Kyle's Klein, like field force down in Peoria, Illinois. And Kyle's going to pop off while this Kyle that's under me right now is not going to do hot in the Walnut Open. So that's what I'm saying is like only one Kyle could win this weekend, and it's definitely going to be Kyle Klein, not Kyle Gloria. So just that's my thing. So of course, Paul McBeth #1, Eagle 2, Kyle Klein 3.
Fortunately, that won't be the case because Kyle Klein is not going to finish in the top 3. Why? Because Ricky Wysocki keeps climbing. He's finally going to get this win. He's always plays really well here at Northwoods. So I have him winning it. He keeps creeping, and you could see it. He's there. He's
ready.
Feeling it.
He's ready.
He's ready. He's ready
to
get that win.
It.
Yep. Because of that, though, I have Calvin in second.
I will give him USDGC.
I got Kyle. I have Calvin in second. Again, just very technical player. He really likes this course. Another player that just plays well here. There's certain players that just do well here, and he's another one of those. Same thing with McBeast. I do have him third. He loves this course as well. It's a major. Never count him out. After last week's motivation of finishing second, getting close, he's feeling it. Like he wants that win as well. So I don't blame Tyler for picking him to win. But all 3 of these guys do play well here at Northwoods. They do every year. But it'd be interesting to see them play this course 4 days in a row because usually, of course, here at Ledgestones, you have Eureka. And then you have Northwood. So it's, so you're switching from one course to the other during Ledgestone. So seeing them play through the entire event, it's going to be a lot of fun.
And it's going to be very interesting weather the entire time.
Very wet too.
Yes.
Extremely wet.
So it'll be a fun actual, like, it's, you never want it, but it's really fun when it's like a big event and it's like weather is kind of, so you have to play through it. It shows what kind of player they are, how you have to switch up things. So I'm excited to see this, especially because it's not far from where we'll be. So that's exciting.
It's hard though, because the champion round for them, or the final round for them, is our time
Tournament.
we're going to be
Tournament.
playing.
You'll be
So-
checking during your lunch break, seeing where they're
Mhm.
at.
Well,
Mhm.
luckily,
If we get a delay, they'll have a delay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You're not wrong.
yeah. So, I mean, obviously, after when we're done and we're like beat to shreds, we'll get relax and hopefully watch the remainder, of at least NPO. Sadly, FPO, we're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. Honestly, after you said that, I don't know why. I'm sure everybody has thought about it too. First, we absolutely need energy drink, like an energy drink company to actually sponsor just somebody. And to be completely frank here, the first one that pops in my head obviously has to go to Paul McBeth, and it has to be Monster Energy for
It's a
McBeast,
McBeast.
like a McBeast line Monster Energy. Like that's literally right there. Like you could name that out. Like I'm surprised they haven't even like
Or you could do
tried.
kind of like what they did for Warp Tour. It was the Monster can, but it was Tour water. So it's water,
Mhm.
but it's the label.
Yeah.
It's marketing.
I mean, you could even like you don't have to make even like your own blend. Like just pick like the original or like the zero sugar or whatever maybe like his flavor. Um oh wait, didn't he technically wasn't he doing something for Celsius at one time?
I thought so. I
Oh
don't know if
wait,
he still
I've
is or
totally
not.
forgot. Well, I
He
think
might still be with it.
after when they realized like how intense the caffeine is in those and how it's
Right.
been dealing with it, I guarantee you he jumped off that bandwagon. But I think he actually because every single time when he was doing things at the time when he was friends with Brody, he was drinking a Celsius and kept like showing the Celsius can.
Well, he had a commercial, I think, with that too.
So yeah, I think so technically he did do something with some sort of energy already, but I'm surprised he hasn't gotten to do a McBeast monster. So
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, that's it for me.
all right, what is going on? Welcome back. Thank you so much, Ronnie. She had to go quickly because obviously we have family here and dinner is being served eventually at some point. And so she was hungry because we haven't really ate anything at all today. So we always love that she is able to do that and she's very excited and also she's winning. So she's really good at picking her peeps. So like we keep saying and mentioning, but we're finally here. This is the pod before Walnut Open. We've just explained to it. We were going for the traveling expenses have gone. I've put in money for this. I'm excited for it and I'm ready to win. But pretty much, man, I'm stoked. I'm just ready to play some disc golf. And it's Midwest disc golf. That's the difference. I am so excited to play some Midwest disc golf. It is so different from the Midwest and here. Here's fine, but like I'm just excited to actually play something up there and real fast, like how is it, because like not only you're playing but you're technically one of the TDs. There's about 4 of you guys. What have you done? Like what's the preparation? How is everybody feeling? I know Maverick is individually making not only the trophies but the bag tags. Like come on, like huge
Yeah,
shout out
he's
for
been
that.
busy. Yes.
Like I'm excited to see it. I'm excited, not only to obtain one of those bag tags, but definitely excited to grab one of those MA3 trophies. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm ready to win. So, but yeah, man, like let me hear like how is it?
Maverick obviously is busy with everything going on. Rock River's done a lot the last few weeks getting ready for their own stuff. They have a park opening, 9-hole disc golf in
Nice.
Sterling. Just an easy course, but right in the middle of a park. Saturday, Maverick's been making the dog tags or the bag tags and the trophies. There'll be 84 of those. So, that's
Yeesh.
some work. Also, they brought in Scott Stokely, Mississippi. He was there today in Mississippi. It was $25 to They announced it like 4 days ago or 3 days ago. They had a clinic, 2 hour clinic, or right up here in Sterling with Scott Stokely, which is pretty
Nice.
awesome.
All
Yeah,
right.
I didn't obviously go, but yeah, it sounded awesome. What I did is I got home, I went over to the course, and back in a wooded area, one of the guys that donated, he's a farmer and he plays disc golf as well. He donated towards the new baskets, sprayed back there for the nettles and everything else to
Nice.
kill all that, to get that all going again this year. He won't have to spray again until down the road later this year. But I went back there because it was grass is getting pretty tall and stuff like that. Went back there with the weed whacker on hole 15 because that's where the grass really grows. Most of that cleared out. I got to do a little bit more tomorrow to clear that out. But I'm just right now, currently, what I'm doing is trying to make sure the wooded area, for the most part, the fairways are at least trimmed down and cleared. 17, you don't really have to worry because it's a lot of dirt and patchy grass and stuff. 16's the same way. There might be like one spot I gotta just trim up a little bit, but nothing major. Um, and that's what I'm currently doing. It's just kind of course maintenance back there till Saturday. Saturday, I know Brent mentioned he's gonna be headed here to paint some lines and stuff like that. Get that prepped and everything else.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we have going on. That
No, that's so cool. And I'm excited just to see all your hard work and like everything that you guys been doing. I'm excited to see the course now with the obviously the new baskets. That's gonna be so weird to see not the orange baskets.
7, one of the trees that fell, they actually replaced one of the trees. Skinny and it doesn't have anything on it yet. But the Heiser route, that
Is
it's
back.
even small. It's smaller.
It's
The Heiser route is
smaller
even
now.
smaller because one of the trees that were missing, they put it back there. Because of the tree fell over, everybody threw the Heiser. Now it's there. So if you want to hit that gap, you got to make a good Heiser shot, or you have
Yes.
to go up the middle.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. That's awesome. I'm so excited you guys brought that back. I'm excited. But yeah, like I said, like I'm excited to see the new baskets. I'm excited to try them out. Just to see what you guys all do with it. Also just actually playing the course now with more of the landscape stuff that you guys done like properly. Obviously, we played it during winter or even when it was like really overgrown. I never actually played it where it was like in good condition, if that makes sense. Like where you guys actually like upkept it, obviously because that was off season, now it's on season. So I'm excited to try it, the course at its full 100% potential, and just super stoked for that. And I'm just this is so awesome to like see not only the community together, but just everything that's happening. Do you guys have in the like the venue village or the headquarters, like did you guys get like a shop or a manufacturer to come in?
Pin High is going to be here. Pin High Disc Golf. That is, he's actually brothers with the guy Brent. That's one of the TDs. I believe he's a Brent's the main TD for this tournament.
Yeah.
Maverick's assistant as well. Brent's brother though, they opened up an online shop, Pin High Disc Golf. Really cool guys. Brent actually, Brandon, the guy that started it and stuff like that. He league and stuff like that. He's the one that towards CTPs throughout the year. So he's awesome. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. But they'll be back out here and have their discs and stuff up for sale and everything
Perfect.
else, of course. So anytime there's a Rock River event, usually Pin High is there with them.
Is it a good mix
They'll have
selection?
it's yep. They have your Discraft. They have your uh, Nova MVP, Discmania.
Mm.
I don't think they carry Lone Star, Flash. Not sure if they carry Cast of Blast.
Mm.
Obviously, they have Trilogy because Brent is sponsored by Dynamic. Nora's sponsored by Westside. It's usually a popular item, anyways. But for the most, they got the major manufacturers. So
Dang. Final
I
question.
have bags and everything else. So
Final question. What are you working on for the next like 4 days for preparing
actually,
yourself?
I might have to putt some more. Friday, obviously, we'll try to get into practice. Well, we will get into practice.
Yeah.
Rain,
Yeah.
shine, we'll get into practice round. I'm actually giving myself a little break. I feel like I played a lot and I've been hurting up here.
No. Oh
And
no.
stuff. Yeah. So I'm giving myself a couple-day break. It's probably just from I've been doing a bunch of throws in my backyard. Even if I go play and then I'll be outside for an hour throwing. So like I've been throwing a
Yeah.
lot. So it just kind of needs a short rest till then.
mm,
Um I actually went outside, what was it, 2 days ago? I sent you the picture. I took out all my distance drivers. So I like to take okay, so here's my 12 speeds for stable,
mhm.
12 speeds understable, 11 speeds. So anything from 11 to 12, I put out there. I grab them all in my collection. I have my destroyers, my Zeus, my DD3. I do have a time lapse coming, so I do got to test that out still.
Ooh. Yeah,
Bring
I'm
one
bringing
out.
mine. I'm bringing mine up.
I did
So
test that out. I throw the Zeus, the DD3, and the destroyers a couple times back and forth. Feel them all, see what feels best in my hand, and flies the most consistent for me. Keeping my destroyers in my bag, which I should do another in the bag video before the tournament. Quick. But I did
well, we could technically do it
do
when I get up there because I'll have the cameras and the microphones
yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. So we could
Um
technically do. I'll do one and you do one.
yeah, the destroyers are sticking in the bag because I was gonna see if I wanted my DD3 or my Zeus in the bag, but just I don't know what it is about destroyers. They feel so good and they fly so nice for me. Um That's what I've been doing. I've been same thing with the Hades and Thrasher overlap, but I was kind of seeing what feels best for me and what flies most consistent, and I just kind of go down the line with,
Mm,
you know, overstable ones, understable ones, which brand manufacturer disc, which flies the best for me, which is the most consistent. And then that's how I pick and choose from there. And I just did that
yeah.
with my distant drivers. I'll have to do it with my mids and stuff like that. And everything else eventually, but that won't be till after the tournament because again, bags change throughout the year. Anyways,
Yeah.
I have more disc coming in. I don't know how much MVP stuff will take over or not, or Discraft or Innova, whatever it is.
Yeah. For me, tomorrow, my 100 putts. I have to make 100 putts. Um, Thursday before I leave, 100 putts, pack up, come in. Friday, we'll be coming back or we'll be coming into Walnut. If I get there before you, I'm planning on doing field work just to
You'll
get
be
my
good.
arm rolling and testing out some disc that I want to try. Friday we'll have the first round, that practice round. Saturday I want to do more field work, putting, and hopefully maybe just like another just like practice round, but more like a funsy round where it's just like not gonna stress, just kind of just keep my arm warm. And then Sunday morning before we go, I want to at least throw like 2 or 3 drives and try to get, doesn't have to be 100 putts, but try to get some putts in just to kind of warm up. I actually want to warm up this time, and then that's it. I'm feeling good. There is one thing I'm going to be doing, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know yet until we do it. I actually have a chiropractor appointment set Friday.
Ah.
So I've always had issues with my lower back. Like right now, like
Mhm.
as I'm sitting, my lower back is just hurting. But it's
I get
always been
issues there
hurting.
too, but
And I set up a thing in Walnut with the guy. Obviously I gotta do x-rays or whatever, but we worked a thing out and he's gonna see me and hopefully it could release some tension and maybe I'll be able to get a full movement. So like it mainly just for my lower back area. And then there's a couple like neck like here and stuff like that, that he might be able to help Justin too. So, like I said, it gives me Friday, all day Saturday to like kind of recover from that. Um, Also, I'm just hoping that it will kind of loosen my body just a bit, not too much, but just like loosen, like just hopefully loosen it where I'll be good for Sunday. So, but
Yeah.
like I said, though, it could be a good benefit, or it may not affect me as much, or something might happen and freaks
It'd
everything
be
up.
a heck of a day.
So, and I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
like even when
DNFing.
you
I'm still gonna.
even when you push on it right here, I could feel the tenderness, soreness of it.
Dang, you've been overthrown.
Yeah, I've been throwing a lot. So I'm like I said, I think I'm gonna go clear it out tomorrow, some more, a whole 15. That's my plan for tomorrow. Thursday, not playing because I work, and then afterwards I'm going to watch Caleb Williams become the next Bears quarterback, which I'm super stoked. The NFL draft starts on Thursday. I'm gonna go over the friends with family,
Yeah.
get a little get together and watch the draft. It's obvious we're going to take Caleb Williams at number 1. Number 9 is the big question. Hopefully, Roman Donze falls to us and we get a nice quarterback receiver combo. I'm super stoked, but that's another day off I get. And then Friday, I'll get warming up again and the grind and stuff. But just to give it a little bit of a rest, because
We could take
I
it.
think I
We could
need it.
definitely take it easy on Friday. We don't have to go hard Friday. So
Saturday we can we'll have Saturday to kind of relax a little bit too, and we'll probably get out there do something. But
do you have bands or like anything to like help you just kind of?
Molly has.
I would just like not much, but just kind of do whatever. And especially, I know you have poles. If you like, just tie the end and just kind of like let yourself kind of bring it in like this, just kind of do these. Where like the pole's here and you're just kind of doing that movement. It's gonna stretch out literally your socket right here. Like even just doing this movement, you can feel it. Also, it's gonna sound really weird. It's called cherry picking. If you bring your hand all the way up and just kind of do like this, you could actually feel it kind of like working from your shoulder up. I definitely would do like those just movements for a little bit, just to kind of get kind of the tension kind of out. But yeah, also probably invest into a icy hot roller too. Won't
Molly has. I'm gonna throw one of those on probably
Yeah.
on over the weekend. I'm gonna put some on and get
Yeah.
it going.
But other than
It's
that,
just from
guys,
using it a lot. So
no, I got it. But yeah, other than that, I think we could wrap it up. The next time you're gonna hear us, we're gonna be live. Well, I want to record one, so we're gonna be recording on probably on Sunday if we can. If not, then we could just do it on Tuesday like normal. But I think it'd be fun just to at least do at least part of the podcast together. Maybe what we could do is not the full podcast. We could just do like a part of like a recap of Walnut Open live, like there. What I'm saying live is like we'll just record it, but then we'll just put it in our podcast like this, where it'd be a
when
segment.
it's released, it'll be all. Yep.
I think that'd be kind of cool. So like we don't have to do the full podcast because obviously we need to wait for the end results and a couple other things and topics that we could talk about and stuff.
Let me just look really quick. So of course it's filled up with 84. There might be a person that joins or two. It might be 85. If the wait list,
Yeah.
because we do have one on the wait list, we're not going to deny them. MPO has 6 players in it. AM MA1 has only 2. MA40 has 5. 55 has 3. MA2 has 15. We have a good, decent crowd here. For MA3, there are 20 of us. So
That's
we
a good
can
crowd, man.
definitely
That's a good crowd.
I like that. MA4 has 28. They always have MA4 is usually the biggest grouping.
Sandbaggers.
But
It's those people that think that they're gonna win. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to MA4. I'm gonna do it." And then there's like 5 sandbaggers, and the winners of MA4s are actually could have easily beat MA3. It's just it is what it is.
yeah, it'll be a lot of fun though. We have a really cool group of
I don't know anybody. I don't recognize any name at all. The only one I recognize remotely is Josh, and he's playing 50s,
40.
40s. And then of course I saw Donnie's name, 309 Chuckers, shout out. And then I didn't see Maverick's name.
No, he's not. He's not
just
doing that
TD?
again.
Just
It was just a
TD?
lot. Yeah, it was a lot for him to try to play and TD both.
Understand. Respect. Respect.
It's
Honestly,
a lot.
also technically, I know there's 4 of you guys, but there's need at least 1 or 2 people to actually run the actual thing. I think
Nora's not playing either. She's Tim Grope's not playing. I think I'm the only TD that's actually playing. But I said, you know, I wasn't gonna. If I had to bounce out to get somebody in the wait list, it would be next year because you're coming down, or even if you like, I'm not missing out on a tournament that you're coming to. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's not happening.
Man, I've been planning this weekend out forever, and I've dropped way more money than I should for this. But hey, it's worth it. It's okay, and it's all for the love of disc golf, and that's what I'll do for disc golf. And just know that, like, this shows proof of weekend warriors. I'm getting absolutely nothing out of this besides maybe a trophy, a gift card, and
I'll give you a picture with the trophy.
and a dope freaking bag tag. I'm excited for the bag tag. I'm excited to rep finally a walnut bag tag on my freaking bag. That's gonna be so cool. So but yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the support. If you're listening on Spotify, welcome, and excited for you. Make sure you share, like. Also, if you're on YouTube, definitely make sure you like this as well. Comment down below on just anything you want. Definitely excited to hear from you guys. Like it, comment, share it as well. Definitely helps out. Also sub if you haven't subbed yet, definitely sub so that's how you can listen to our next podcast and future podcasts. We're definitely, like I said, more viewers we have, the more plans and ideas that we have. We just need you guys. We need you guys' support, so that's how we can do something that we truly love. And but other than that, guys, thank you so much for being a amazing support and love and fans of the Weekend Warriors. Hopefully you guys will have fun, and make sure you guys play some disc golf this weekend, because man, that's what we are. We're Weekend Warriors. Hope you guys enjoy yourself, have some fun, make those putts, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Thank you.